When my nephew threw my daughter's brand new $2,000 MacBook into the bonfire, my sister didn't apologize. She laughed. And when my parents told me I was selfish for being upset, I realized it was time to burn their world down too. My daughter, Carla, is a digital artist. For her 13th birthday, I worked 6 months of overtime to buy her a professional-grade laptop. We were at my parents' house for Easter when I gave it to her. Her face lit up in a way I hadn't seen in years. But 10 minutes later, my sister Amanda arrived with her 3 feral children. Within seconds, Amanda's oldest son grabbed the laptop off the table. He held it over his head like a trophy, running toward the fire pit in the backyard. I screamed at him to stop, but he looked me dead in the eye and tossed it like a frisbee. The sound of the plastic cracking and the battery sizzling in the flames is something I will never forget. Carla screamed. I dove in to fish it out, burning my hand in the process, but it was gone. Melted slag. I turned to Amanda, shaking. She was chuckling. She took a sip of her wine and said, "Relax, it's just a computer. Maybe this will teach her not to be so attached to material things. You spoil her too much anyway." I looked at my parents for support. My dad just shrugged. "Amanda's having a hard time, son. Don't make a scene. It was just a prank." I didn't yell. I didn't flip the table. I just smiled, picked up the melted laptop, and took Carla home. That night I received a notification on my phone. A transfer of $1,800 had been initiated from a joint account I shared with my mother, an account meant strictly for her medical emergencies. The money was sent directly to Amanda. I called my mother. "Why is the emergency fund empty?" "Amanda is being evicted," my mom snapped. "She needs rent money. Since you wouldn't help her after you scared her kids today, I had to. You can't hold on to money when family is suffering." That was the moment the bridge collapsed. "You're right," I said calmly. "I shouldn't hold on to money." First, I called the police. Since the laptop was over $1,000, its destruction was a felony offense, criminal mischief in the first degree. I gave them the video footage from the patio security camera, which my father had ironically installed to catch trespassers. Next, I called the bank. Since the joint account required dual authorization for transfers over $500, a clause my mother forgot about, I flagged the transaction as fraudulent. The bank froze Amanda's account immediately. 2 days later, the fallout began. I was at work when my phone exploded. "How could you?" my mother screamed. "The police are at Amanda's house. They're arresting her for property damage." "It's just a prank, Mom," I said. "Don't be so serious." "And the bank?" She yelled. "They reversed the transfer. The landlord is evicting her and the kids today. They have nowhere to go." "Well," I replied, "I guess that teaches her a lesson about financial responsibility. You know, like you taught Carla about material things." I hung up and blocked their numbers. That was 6 months ago. Amanda pled down to a misdemeanor, but now has a criminal record that cost her her job. My parents had to use their own retirement savings to bail her out and pay for her new apartment, draining their nest egg. As for Carla, I bought her an even better setup with the money I saved from cutting them off. She draws every day in peace. Sometimes the only way to fix a toxic family tree is to cut it down at the roots.